documented the change so that I could look and say, okay, so this is what happened within my body, my physiology. At the end of the first session, James, the therapist, says, here, you better have some water. So he pours me a glass of water. And I take a sip, and I take a second sip, and I go, James, what's with this water? He says, what do you mean? I says, well, I feel like little sparks of light going through my body. He says, oh, that's energized water. And he's very casual about it. And I said, this is what energized water feels like in your body? You got to be kidding me. So the next day I'm back in Singapore, and I find where the energized water machine is at home office. I start drinking out of that machine. Well, folks, by about 11:30 in the morning, I probably have 2 liters into me. I feel like I can go run a marathon. Now remember, this body had just flown 30 hours, multiple time zone changes, doesn't remember what day it is anymore, but feels like it can go run a marathon because I'm drinking energized water. Well, I've been drinking energized water ever since. It's how I start my day. But here's the really amazing news. On May the 15th, Omega is going to release a water ionizer that also, in addition to having alkaline, microclustered, antioxidant water, in addition to that, and that water's already proven to be very health benefits through the roof, but in addition to that, that water will be 0-point energized. Well, last week I had the opportunity to experience that water because they have a unit set up now at home office during 2 different business sessions I was in, and everybody in the meeting remarked at how amazing the water felt. Get that word, felt, not taste, felt. Taste was great. Felt was the big one. And one of the individuals, Mark Victor Hansen, said, man, this water, you could drink this all day. It feels so good. Notice the word feels so good. So here's my opinion and belief, that when this machine is made available on May the 15th, that if you simply did a blindfold test against any other ionizer in the marketplace, this would be the one that your body would select based on how it felt in your body. Not looking at any specs, not looking at any plate sizes, not looking at nothing, just at feel. How does your body feel when it drinks this water? And, oh, by the way, when I was in Singapore, I was introduced, or actually she introduced herself, a woman about 70, an Asian woman about 70. She'd been growing chili plants in her backyard, and she's been watering this one chili plant with energized water. And at that point, the chili plant that normally grows about 1.5 feet high and about 1 foot around had already reached 10 feet in height and 4 feet around. It's now 12 feet high and 4 feet around. And that's the impact of watering with energized water. Wow. When I was in Chicago, I got to see our skincare products demonstrated. Now, these are 0-point energized products, folks. So when they touch the skin, immediately there's a recognition by the skin that this is a friendly substance because it's 0-pointed. And so those ingredients are allowed to penetrate the skin and actually do what they were designed to do. And then 2 wands were used on this man's face. He's about 70 years of age, on one half of his face. So 2 wands are used, and they're pushing the skin, the tissue, the muscles, and they're lifting it, and they're stretching it, having the face look the way you'd like it to look if you were going to do a surgical facelift. That's pretty much what they did. And at the end of 10 minutes, I come around to the front so I can see what's the progress, and I'm in shock. Because this man looks like he's just had a surgical facelift on one half of his face, and the other half of his face looks like he needs one. And my first thought was, wow, wonder how long this is going to last. Like 20 minutes, and it just kind of relaxes back down to where it was? Or is he going to wake up tomorrow morning, and it's going to look the way it did 2 days earlier? So I was curious. When I was in Kuala Lumpur, I asked Jane, who's a significant part of the development of the skincare line, what has been your experience? And she says she's done this one half of the face experience many times, usually to large audiences, and asked them to leave it. And 8 weeks later, there's still a marked difference in 2 halves of the person's face. So on May the 15th, we will pull somebody out of the audience, and we'll demonstrate those products in front of the entire auditorium or ballroom of people. You will be able to see with your own eyes what I saw in Chicago. And when you see with your own eyes what I saw, you're going to understand why I believe when these products are released the 1st or 2nd week of June, why there's going to be a loud scream that you'll audibly hear in Southern California. That's how amazing those products are. Towards the end of summer, they're going to release a mat, 3 feet by 6 feet. You'll lay it on your mattress. You'll sleep on it. It's going to be a mat with a very strong zero-point field energy force, if you like, that you're going to be sleeping on. And based on the research they've done at NORA, they're of the opinion that if you sleep in that strong of a field for 7 or 8 hours a night for 6 to 9 months, your body every night is going to be invited to move ever so gently in the direction of homeostasis, where your body's totally at ease. And a body that's totally at ease does not have dis-ease. Remember that all disease is simply energy imbalances. So if we can get the body's energy to balance, well, hallelujah. That's called the body's got the ability now to self-heal. And that's why what we're having here, folks, is the groundswell is forming around a self-care revolution. Hanging around my neck is a pendant. This pendant, when I first put it on, filled the holes in my energy field that have been caused by cell phone use and by computer screens, because they literally burn a hole in your energy field. And is that important, that it be maintained whole? Well, yes, because your energy field is your physical body's first line of defense against invasion. And so now that the holes are filled, I walk around in this space of zero-point field energy 24/7. I don't leave it. I'm always in this cocoon, if you like, of zero-point field energy. On my wrist is a bracelet, far infrared technology and magnet technology, and it speeds up circulation dramatically. You know, when I first put it on, they had a microscope at the event. When they put it on, they first of all put a microscope on the second finger of my left hand. I could watch my blood flowing through the small vessel in my cuticle, and then they laid the bracelet on my wrist, and I watched how dramatically the flow rate of blood sped up in that blood vessel. And so if you want to improve the circulation of all those good things that you're eating and drinking and the air that you're breathing to all the cells of your body, simply put one of these bracelets on, because that's what it does. In the morning when I get up, I pour myself a big glass of energized water, and then I put 10 drops of our brine in it. It's another one of our products. It has 86 minerals in it. It's zero-point energized. It's a super saturated saline solution. And think of it like liquid spark plugs, because that's exactly what it feels like if you just drink brine and water. To that, I add DNA, which is another one of our products. It's a concentrated superfruit antioxidant that also has in it sulforaphane from broccoli sprouts. Now, sulforaphane has been clinically proven to turn on over 200 genes that have to do with the production of glutathione in your body. And glutathione just happens to be the master protector for your body, 1,000,000 times more effective than vitamin C. So if you can turn on your glutathione, that's a huge step in the right direction. This product is the first of its kind in a new science called epigenetics, where you can literally change the hand of cards that you have been dealt with genetically from your ancestors. You can turn on genes that right now are off, or they're sleepy or lazy. And it was so cutting edge that it warranted the front cover of a Time magazine about 2 months ago now. So when you put all of those products that we currently have together, what do you have here? You've got the makings of a groundswell of a self-care revolution that is going to sweep the globe. That's what we have here, folks. Products that self-demonstrate in 3 to 5 minutes. The wand that I have is your business building partner. I've personally wanded about 138 people now with dramatic results every single time I've wanded. And so here's what I'm going to invite you to do. If you haven't already done so, get some feedback from some folks that have used our products. And we've got some folks online today that, like you, they responded to a knock at the door. They saw that there was an opportunity here, and they decided they were going to participate. They wanted to experience the products, and so we're going to find out whether or not you're on the right track here by just simply listening to their expression and listening to the sincerity in their words.